What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Yet another eventful day in Barcelona where things have taken turns left, right, and center. Firstly, some good news. La Liga have given the green light for the viability plan to bring Leo Messi back. Now it's all up to Barcelona to execute that plan, but Saudi Arabia is breathing down the neck of Leo Messi. They're offering him 11 million euros per week to come to Saudi and play for Al-Hilal. We have some updates about that, and also updates about the new priority for Barcelona this summer, which is to reinforce the pivot position, with Busquets set to leave the club at the end of the season. The club now have no pivot and they need to sign at least two. Zubimendi is Xavi's dream, but unfortunately he's unaffordable, so Amrabat now is the main priority. And also we have updates on İlkay Gündoğan. Maybe Nico might stay in that position as well. Big revolution coming up this summer in the pivot position. But of course, with players coming in, players will have to leave the club as well. We do have an update on the situation of Raphinha, which has taken the biggest 360 I've ever seen in my life. Raphinha has spoken on his Instagram about his future. Huge indication he has given, and also a big update on the future of Jordi Alba, who after the departure of Sergio Busquets, he is now also considering leaving the club this summer, and Barcelona are happy to let him go and will even let him go with the letter of freedom if he gives up some of his wages. We do also have an update on the future of Busquets and how he'll be leaving, how the announcement will be made, all that sort of stuff. Update on the end of season friendly, which has been confirmed, and also an update on Deco and Jordi Alba's position as the sporting director at Barcelona. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Number One Foot. Number One Foot is one of the best jersey football replica websites on the market. They have a variety of items at fantastic prices. I have here some with me. Firstly is the home kit for this season. Excellent quality. The badge is nice and smooth. Spotify logo is printed on to perfection. And I also even have a jacket as well. This is one of the training jackets that the players wear. There's a logo there on the right hand side, zipper and everything. They have some badges here, the Nike logo as well. The quality is absolutely, feels real, and also the prices are unbeatable. And if you use the discount code BOY at checkout, you do get an additional 15% off your orders. That's BOY. Use that checkout, you get 15% off your order, and all orders above $80 as well will get free shipping. So what are you waiting for? Top link down in the description down below and get your new football kits today. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. Now, firstly, Barcelona have been linked with a new pivot. As we all know, the captain Sergio Busquets is set to leave the club at the end of this season, following his decision not to renew his contract and leave after, I believe, 18 years at Barcelona. And now we're in the market for a CDM because we are right now pretty desperate, because now we don't have anyone. Jordi Alba has come out saying the possible departure will now confirm the departure of Busquets makes the pivot position the absolute priority for the club this summer. Amrabat is the most affordable option. Xavi wants Zubimendi and sees him as the new Busi, but he knows he is financially not feasible. Jordi also came out saying that Xavi gets wet thinking about Zubimendi. Take that as you will. I mean, I'm just here to let you guys know what's going on and give you guys my opinion. Then you leave your opinions down in the comments below. That's all I'm going to say. Also, we have reports coming from Candacer saying that Sofyan Amrabat is crazy to play for Barcelona and would do anything to come. So that for me is already obvious. I think Amrabat would take on the lowest salary he could as well to join Barcelona. I think personal terms in any way, shape, or form will not be the issue. It will be the agreement with Florentina, who of course, keep in mind, have promised Amrabat to let him leave this summer for a reasonable offer, which is expected to be around 25 million euros. We gotta sign Amrabat now. I think we need to sign both Amrabat and Gündoğan. We're at the point now where we're desperate for midfielders, and more specifically desperate for pivots, even though they're both not really single pivots. I would honestly consider the club breaking the bank for Zubimendi this summer. If we don't get Messi, I'd go all in for Zubimendi just because he's the perfect option. Yes, he's a bit expensive, but when Busquets leaves, you gotta do something. We cannot go a whole season with Gündoğan, Amrabat, and De Jong as our only single pivot options. That definitely means that Xavi will have to adapt his formation to a double pivot and have De Jong, Amrabat, Gundogan. Maybe then you consider Kessié staying because Kessié will work great in a double pivot. So but maybe we'll have to wait and see what develops over the next few weeks, especially with the departure of Busquets, set to be confirmed very, very soon. But with the departure of Busquets, the new priority for Barcelona this summer is to reinforce the pivot position. Now, a midfielder that will most likely not join Barcelona this summer, but he is being followed by a lot of targets for the upcoming summer transfer window. And of course, in the next summer transfer window, he will be probably the best free agent available. It is, of course, Dani Olmo. Fabrizio Romano has come out saying that understanding big clubs are well informed on the situation of Dani Olmo. Current deal, of course, expires in 2024, and he could be a bargain this summer while Leipzig have offered him a new deal. Barcelona appreciate Olmo for a long time now, but now, of course, they have different priorities. Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are also tracking him. So again, the plan has always been to sign Dani Olmo next summer as a free agent or get him this summer, but now of course the priorities have changed. You know, Busquets leaving, needing a right back, trying to get Messi to come back. So I think if we were in the summer of like 2021 with a better economic situation, we'd be all over Dani Olmo, but right now we don't really need him. But I think in 2024, if he's still available, still a free agent, I think the club will go for him no matter what. Since Laporta was elected, we all knew that he's a huge fan of Dani Olmo. He's been talking to him. We of course bid for him on deadline day in 2021. We didn't get him. We went back again for him in the January, didn't get him. So the interest is definitely there, and I think if he is going to go down to the last 6 months of his contract, Barcelona will be all over him. But we'll wait and see this summer. If he does not agree to deal with RB Leipzig, they could let him go for a cut price, 20 million, 30 million euros, and Bayern Munich and Real Madrid are supposedly interested, and many other clubs as well. So wait and see with Dani Olmo, but again, I cannot stress enough, if he is a free agent going into the upcoming January transfer window in 2024, I think no doubt Barcelona will be all over him. Now, along with the midfield and the position that Barcelona want to reinforce this summer is, of course, the left wing, and we have been linked with probably the best left winger in the world, you could say at the moment, if, fully fit. That is, of course, Neymar Jr. Now, Julian Laurens, who, of course, is the correspondent for ESPN and very, very reliable in France, he's come out saying that Barcelona is the only team in Spain that Neymar is willing to play for. However, the club doesn't plan on making a move for him. So that pretty much means that he won't be joining Real Madrid. A lot of people have asked me about Neymar, saying that, oh, if we can't get Carrasco, Abdi gets an offer. Well, is there ever a point in this transfer window where is there ever a point in the transfer window that Neymar will become an option? And my answer, my opinion, is no, unless the club gets super, super desperate and Neymar is still available. And again, the most important thing is that Neymar has to take a salary cut. He's earning right now, I think, 700,000 euros per week at PSG. That's going to come down to 200. Will he take a 500,000 euro pay cut to come back to Barcelona? I don't think so. And to be honest, I don't really want to see Neymar play for Barcelona. I passed it. When he left in 2017, I cried. I've been there, done that. Like, I don't want to see him back again. I don't think he deserves to be back as well. But we don't get Carrasco, Abdi sold, and Raphinha leaves, Ansu sold, Ferran sold, and we're desperate for someone. Messi needs some friends at Barcelona. You just never know. I put it at like a 0.5% that Neymar comes back. I don't think it's a possibility, but if he does come to Spain, it most likely will be Barcelona because he does not want to play for Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. Take that as you will, but I don't think we'll see Neymar in the near future. But in the Mercado, you just never know. Now, of course, Barcelona's #1 target for the upcoming summer transfer window is the greatest human being to ever touch a football, Lionel Andres Messi. We do have some huge updates about his future. Now, firstly, we're going to go in a chronological order here. There was reports coming out about Messi to Saudi Arabia done deals coming in from Saudi Arabia. Journalists, Saudi Arabia reports, probably people who are very close to the owners of Al-Hilal are saying that the contract is done. It's going to be the biggest contract in sports history. But again, it is not the reality. Jordi Alba came out saying that Messi has not made his decision and he wants Barcelona. The chances of him returning are still at 80%. And Busquets' decision has nothing to do with the final decision that Leo Messi may make. That for me is a positive because if Busquets is leaving, Jordi Alba is now considering leaving. I mean, it's all over the place. Messi is supposed to come back with his boys. He had dinner with them. What's up? Wagwan. And all of a sudden, they're all dipping. So hopefully that's not the case. In Leo Messi's entourage, there are people who prefer the Saudi Arabia option due to the money, while others, including Messi and his family, prefer to return to Barcelona. So some people in his camera are saying, look, this money is just too ridiculous to turn down. 600 million euros per season. You're talking like 10 to 11 million a week. Madness. Then John Romero continues by saying that La Liga does not take into account the previous salaries of players over the age of 35 who are returning to La Liga, so hopefully Messi's salary will not be an issue. Of course, if we get back in the 1-1 rule. John Romero also came out saying that Barcelona have a plan B in case Lionel Messi does not return, and he may have played last night at the Bernabeu. I think right there he is hinting to Bernardo Silva. But again, I saw a lot of people panicking about this. I think Gabriel Sanz came out saying, oh, Barcelona have a plan B, that means plan A isn't going too well. All a bunch of crap in my eyes. Last summer, Lewandowski, we had backup options for him. We talked about Sadio Mane, Heung-min Son, Mo Salah. Koundé, the backup was Koulibaly. Raphinha, we had backup options out the Wuha for him. We added in Yanazai, Carrasco, this and that. Barcelona are a very, very well-run club, and when they want players in a certain position, they have a list of options. Of course, even for the right back, we talked about that list. There is Juan Foyth, the question mark player, who's probably João Cancelo. Then you have Arnaldo Martinez. Then you have Thomas Meunier. So the club have options they want to bring in each position. So I'm not surprised that Barcelona have a backup option to Messi, because of course we need to strengthen in that forward position. So that for me is not. I'm not worried about that in any way, shape, or form. Now, L'Equipe have come out saying that according to a source close to Messi's clan, Leo intends to remain competitive to play the Copa America 2024, while he has not given up on the next World Cup in 2026. Leo is not convinced he will remain at the same level if he plays in Saudi Arabia, and still hopes that Barcelona will find means to bring him back by June the 30th. Antonella, his wife, does not imagine settling in Saudi Arabia also. So again, more and more confirmation that Messi himself and his family do not want to go to Saudi Arabia. If they do end up going, it is purely for the money. And do I blame him if he does not? If the Barcelona move is not feasible, do I blame Messi for picking Saudi Arabia? Absolutely not. Now, Juan Martí came out with the big news saying that La Liga has given their approval to Barcelona's viability plan. It's been known now for a few days in the boardroom, but within Barcelona, they've noticed one thing though, that Leo's camp doesn't inquire much about the situation with the league anymore. They've noticed them distancing. I think that's just them again waiting for them to do their thing. You can't just be bugging them all the time 24/7. But again, we're getting more confirmation that the La Liga green light has essentially arrived, pending of course Barcelona do everything they've said in that viable plan. We still now need to raise 100 million euros by June the 30th to stay in the 1-1 rule for La Liga. So that's selling, Remy Raphinha, Ansu, Cassier, Lenglet, Umtiti, Des, Collado. The list is there. The club needs to generate 100 million euros in sale, which of course is definitely possible. Now, Edu Gaston, the TYC reporter for TYC Sports reporter for Argentina, he's probably very, very close to Messi, the best Argentinian source. He's come out saying that Barcelona still without the resolution to make a concrete offer to Messi. The Catalan club have at least 1 month time. Leo will start making his decision regarding his future from June the 3rd. Once Ligue 1 is done on June the 11th, he will already play with the national team in China. Leo wishes Barcelona to transfer their words into formality. His intention is European football until at least the Copa America in 2024, but Barcelona's uncertainty leaves his future open. The Al-Hilal offer to Messi is the biggest contract ever in football economically, but on the sporting side, it's probably the worst offer. Inter Miami's offer is not that bigger, but Leo's family would imagine settling in Miami more than Saudi Arabia. Neither that offer is good on sporting side, as Leo Messi wants European football and he waits for Barcelona. So the first part, he said that, Barcelona is still without resolution. Again, the club have already drafted the contract they want to offer to Messi, but they don't want to offer it to him until they know 100% that if he signs it, they can register. They don't want to offer him, Messi says yes, he comes back to Barcelona medical, blah, blah, blah. Javier Tebas said no, you don't want that. We did that already in 2021. Been there, done that. He wants to do it properly this time. So once we offer him the contract, that is for certain. If you sign, you will be returning. Now, Messi's name has, of course, been in the media a lot. Al-Hilal, he might go to the Premier League or Serie A. He doesn't go to Barcelona. Messi's agent, who of course is his father, Jorge Messi, has put an Instagram post absolutely shutting down everything. He came out on his Instagram post saying that there is absolutely nothing with any club for next year. The decision will never be made before Leo ends the league with PSG. Once season is over, it'll be time to analyze and see what there is, and then make a decision. There are always rumors, and many use the name of Messi to gain notoriety. With the truth is only that one can assure that there's nothing with anyone, neither verbal nor signed nor agreed, and there will not be until the end of the season. It seems to me a lack of respect towards the media that they respond, and that there are those who are constantly and deliberately indecisive without providing any proof of their claims. They want to turn my malicious rumors into news and deteriorate by someone from their false interests. They would have to explain why they didn't contrast the information. They don't want the truth to ruin their news. So essentially his father is saying there's nothing agreed, no verbal agreement, nothing signed with anything. It'll all be decided after the season ends. So we're still in it. I think the offer there, 11 million a week, I mean, you can't shy away from it. But again, like Adu Gaston says, the sporting side of it is crap. But economically, of course, the offer is ridiculous. Again, we just have to wait now for Barcelona to make those sales and make that viable plan a reality. I think you can pretty much say now that La Liga have given the green light. I think La Liga said, yeah, this plan looks good. Now you have to go out and execute it, and that's going to be the most difficult part. So again, let's see what happens over the next few weeks. I think once the Liga season ends and Messi ends up going to China for Argentina national duty, at that point, I think we'll see what's going down and what's not. The rumor is that Messi wants to know his club before he plays the first game for Argentina for friendly matches, which I think is June the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. Might be June 11th. I'm not quite too sure. So we'll wait and see. But I think no doubt by June the 30th, Messi will know his future club. And let's all hope and pray that it is Barcelona. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. First of course, the main candidate, Raphinha. Over the past few days, we have been hearing reports that Raphinha has requested to leave Barcelona if Messi and Ousmane Dembele stay at Barcelona. He wants regular minutes, he wants to be an important player, and the club is open to offers if they exceed 80 million euros. Now, all these reports came in from Joaquin Pereira, who is a sport journalist, so you could say sport's not that great, but he's probably their best journalist. He is very, very close to Brazilian player rumors coming to Barcelona, and he's also very close to Raphinha's camp. Every single step last summer of his transfer from Leeds to Barcelona, he got absolutely spot on. He came out saying that Deco is going to meet with Raphinha and will try to convince him to return to the Premier League and pick an option between Chelsea and Newcastle, who are currently in the final running for his signature. So you're thinking again, he's going to leave, blah, blah, blah. This all took the biggest U-turn I have ever seen in my life, because Raphinha has spoken out. He replied to an Instagram post about the report that Raphinha has given the okay to leave and that Newcastle and Chelsea get a bid 80 million euros for him. Raphinha replied to a post himself on his Instagram denying the news from Joaquin Pereira. He came out saying, lying, this is all lies. Whoever said this is a liar, uninformed, and unprofessional. If you delete my comment, I will post this on my Instagram story. What? So all of a sudden now, Raphinha does not want to leave. I have absolutely no idea now what's going on. I don't know if he wants to leave or not. This is like a very, very, very reliable journalist. We're talking like, I would put him top 5 Barcelona, especially for Brazilian news. I put him probably in top 2, honestly. And he's being flat out rejected by Raphinha himself. I don't know now. I have no idea if Raphinha is up for sale. I don't know if he wants to leave now. I'm absolutely clueless beyond belief. Raphinha was kind of our get out of jail card for Messi, because you sell him for 90, bada bing, bada boom, you essentially have the 100 million. You can sell, you're gonna get money for Trincao for moving to Sporting permanently. Sell Titi quickly and Dest and Lenglet, and there you go, the money is there. So we'll wait and see. I mean, I have no idea. The player has come out denying all the reports, calling it lies and lies and lies, and calling Joaquin Pereira a liar as well. And keep in mind, don't get it twisted, Raphinha knows who Joaquin Pereira is. There is absolutely no way he doesn't know who he is. And he's come out flat. He's not really calling him a liar, but he's calling the report. You can see there in Spanish, Raphinha gives the okay for the transfer. Barcelona won 80 million euros. Chelsea, Newcastle are the clubs that want him. And Deco is going to be running the whole operation. And you see Raphinha's reply there. Liar, liar, liar. So, I don't know. We'll wait and see on Raphinha. I think he does. I think he's open to the idea of leaving, but under certain parameters. Now, another player who is also considering his future this summer and could depart the club is Jordi Alba. Literally 2 videos ago, or yesterday's video, I said, oh, Jordi Alba is not going to leave. He's earning good money. He's going to become a father. He doesn't want to have his birth anywhere else other than Barcelona. U-turns left, right, and center. Busquets was going to stay. He's now leaving. Raphinha wanted to leave. Now he's going to stay. Jordi Alba was going to stay. Now he's leaving. It's just been crazy. Having Miguel again from AS has come out saying that Jordi Alba is now more open to leaving the club in the summer than before. Right now, he has taken a period of reflection to find a solution that benefits all parties. The club would be ready to give the player the letter of freedom to leave. In return, Barcelona would ask that the player forgave at least a significant part of his salary that remains to be collected. So the club is willing to let Jordi Alba go on a free transfer if he gives up a large part of the 36 million euros that we do owe him. I think at least 20, maybe 25 for him to go for free, or we can sell him, use that transfer money to pay his deferred wages. I have no idea. But if Jordi Alba leaves and the whole entire captain situation just takes a whole entire 360, that's one thing. But if Busquets is leaving, Jordi Alba's now leaving, I'm getting a bit conflicted about Messi now, because Messi's supposed to come back and Busi, Jordi, oh, ¿cómo estás, amigos? ¿Qué tal? Now they're all not going to be there. He's going to be stuck with Sergio Roberto and Dembele and Ter Stegen, who he apparently had beef with before he left. I have no idea. If Messi doesn't come back, I would want Jordi Alba and Roberto to leave. You know, if 2 captains are leaving, bin them all off at this point. But I'm only keeping Jordi Alba simply to please Messi. But I do want to say this. If Jordi Alba leaves, the club better sign a left back, and they better sign Alejandro Germaldo. He's going to be a free agent from Benfica. Sign him. I am not going into a season with freaking Marcos Alonso as our backup left back to Alejandro Balde. Absolutely fucking not. Sign Germaldo if Jordi Alba leaves. If he doesn't, then fair enough, whatever. But if Jordi Alba is leaving, I am demanding the signing of Germaldo. Brilliant left back from La Masia, knows the system, knows the country, and he's free. Don't play with me. So wait and see with Jordi Alba. He's now apparently reconsidering his future. He might end up leaving, letter of freedom, transfer, the case may be. And who knows? We might get our wish that we all wished for back in November of all the captains leaving the club this summer. But a player who will be leaving Barcelona this summer is, of course, the legend himself, the first team captain of the club, Sergio Busquets. It was, of course, leaked yesterday, and we are expecting the official announcement later on today. Miguel came out saying that Sergio Busquets is scheduled to meet today with his teammates to announce his decision. Xavi and the captains have already known this for a few days. Afterwards, the captain's goodbye will be officially announced. It is also confirmed from Helena Codes from Cope as well, and Tony Juan Marti, that we are expecting the official announcement from Busquets on his social media that he will be leaving Barcelona at the end of the season. So we won't get a press conference. I hope we get a nice little video, like similar to the one that we saw from PK. But if it's just a simple Instagram post, then we'll take it. Now, the big debate now has been, of course, who's going to come to replace him. We were talking about that at the beginning of the video, but about the captaincy as well. The rumor are right now is that, of course, Sergio Roberto will become the first team captain, Jordi Alba second, Ter Stegen third, and the fourth will be Ousmane Dembele, which I think is quite rogue. I think he has to firstly renew if you want to commit to being the fourth captain, but you know, it's gonna be. Well, I'm praying for Messi to come back, man, because I cannot go into a brand new season with bloody Sergio Roberto as the first team captain. Imagine we win the treble. This man's gonna be lifting all the trophies. So, I mean, we'll wait and see on that. I think the captain debate is for another day. Let's right now focus on the brilliant career that Sergio Busquets had at Barcelona, which unfortunately is coming to an end. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Firstly, we do have an update on an actual renewal in the first team that is now official, and that is the renewal of Inaki Pena. Of course, the backup goalkeeper, he has renewed his contract until 2026 with a release clause of 400 million euros. He put pen and paper on a brand new 3-year deal yesterday. He became an official socio member as well, which Laporta has integrated now. Every time he signs a player, he makes him an official member of the club. I guess Inaki Pena wasn't a member. I mean, whatever. Good on Inaki. He's saving us a lot of hassle to look for a backup goalkeeper. I think he can definitely grow in that position, especially if, God forbid, Ter Stegen gets an injury. I think he can come in and be a good debutant. The question really is that will Ter Stegen get injured? I think in his whole entire career, Ter Stegen has barely been injured. He got a few surgeries in the offseason, but he's been back for the season. I think first year under Koeman, Neto played the first few months. I think apart from that, I think Ter Stegen's been fully fit. So he's very, very fit. So I think Inaki Pena hopefully will play more cup games. I would play Inaki Pena in the semifinal of the Super Cup, especially the one that we play against Osasuna. I'd give him a run on that game. We face Madrid in the final, then we can puck back Ter Stegen. But if we face, forget who the other option is. Is it Atletico Madrid? I think so. I'm not quite too sure, but we'll wait and see with Inaki Pena. I do hope he does get a bit more first team minutes. I would love to see him as a cup goalkeeper as well. No matter who we play in the Copa del Rey, I want to see him play. We saw that with Ter Stegen back in the day. We saw it with Silesen as well. So wait and see with Inaki Pena. I think he has been guaranteed more minutes, or else he wouldn't sign this contract. But let's see if he goes in that position. And we now have our new second choice goalkeeper for the next 3 seasons. Now, a player who will not be leaving Barcelona this summer, as he is considered an untouchable player, is Frenkie de Jong. Gerardo Mirror has confirmed that Frenkie de Jong is one of the untouchable players at Barcelona right now, which means that for any offer, the club will not consider his sale. I think this is a very, very good move from Barcelona. Of course, there are shouts in the Culé fan base for De Jong to become one of the captains next season if Busquets and Jordi Alba leave and Messi doesn't come back either. I think this is also a very good move from Barcelona to, make De Jong look good, cover him up, make him look like the pretty boy, and then ask him for a salary reduction. I think that's what the plan is from the club here. I think also it's a very, very good plan. It's the best way to go through it. Oh, you're untouchable. We won't sell you even if we get a €1 billion offer. Can you reduce your salary just a weeny bit? So I think that's what's going to be happening from this. And again, I think I wouldn't sell De Jong, especially with Busquets leaving and midfielders coming in. We need someone with a bit of certainty who knows the system and who knows the style and the way of Xavi. I think selling De Jong with Busquets leaving is catastrophic, and we're probably going to go trophyless next season, even if we bring Messi. Actually, Messi could probably go to trophy, but we're not going to do well next season if we sell De Jong. If United get new owners, Qatar owners, Sheikh Yasmin, and they bid 300 million for De Jong because Erik ten Hag really wants him. We'll wait and see. I doubt that's gonna happen. But De Jong is considered an untouchable player for Barcelona this summer, which means under any means necessary, a sale will not be considered. Let's now discuss some of the news surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 hours. First up, our end of season friendly has been confirmed, and it will be Barcelona versus Vissel Kobe in Japan, in Tokyo. Of course, this was leaked a few weeks ago, and now it has been officially announced and confirmed. The match will be taking place on June the 6th. Of course, the final Liga game of the season away Celta Vigo on June the 4th. 48 hours later, the players will travel to Japan, play a friendly, and then officially go on their holiday summer vacation. It's going to be a good day. I think it's going to be a great move by Barcelona. You get some extra money. Japan, of course, they never get to see Barcelona games at a good or reasonable time. I'm probably going to have to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch this game, which I have no problem doing, of course. I've done it many times before. But, of course, this will be considered, of course, as the Andres Iniesta derby. Iniesta will be playing against Barcelona for the second time. Of course, he played a friendly, I do believe, back in the 2019-2020 season. In the preseason, he played the friendly against Barcelona. But this will also be Iniesta's last match for Vissel Kobe as well. Relief have come out saying that Andres Iniesta will leave Vissel Kobe in the summer, and the friendly against Barcelona on June the 6th would be his last game for the Japanese team. Now, rumors are that Iniesta is not going to retire. He's going to go to either America or Saudi Arabia. Okay, everyone's going to Saudi Arabia now. This Al-Hilal team is going to look disgusting. You're going to have Messi, Busquets, Jordi Alba, Verratti, Paredes, Di Maria, Iniesta. This team is looking hella nice, So, we'll wait and see on that. But it will be Iniesta's final game for Vissel Kobe. Of course, he joined back in 2018 after leaving Barcelona. He's been there now for a solid 5 years, so credit to him. He's not going to end his chapter there and move on somewhere else before retiring. But again, the final preseason match for Barcelona this season, the end of season friendly against Vissel Kobe, is officially announced and confirmed. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys an update on the sporting director role situation at the club. As we all know, Deco was supposed to meet with the club yesterday. That meeting has taken place. It lasted around about 4 hours, according according to reports. Apparently Deco came in a bit late. There were some situations and his traveling and visas and all this stuff, but he got to Barcelona. He had the 4-hour meeting with Laporta. I almost said Xavi there, but apparently Laporta still wants Jordi Cruyff to stay. Sport have come out saying that Joan Laporta would like Jordi Cruyff to take over the role of Mateu Alemán. Of course, Roger Tolor from Mundo Deportivo said this a few days ago, that Mateu Alemán is the football, or the director of football, and then Jordi Cruyff is the sporting director. So Jordi Cruyff now would become the director of football, and Deco would come in as the sporting director. I do think this is a possibility, because when Inaki Pena renewed his contract yesterday, for all the pictures and stuff, Laporta was there, Raphinha was there, and Jordi Cruyff was there. Mateu Alemán was not present for Inaki Pena's renewal, but Jordi Cruyff was there. He took pictures. He was there for the video. Whoopie-doo, yep, hold the shirts, all that stuff. Here's your socio member, all that stuff. He was there for that. So I think the relationship between Laporta and Jordi Cruyff is still very good. Whether Jordi Cruyff stays beyond his contract past June the 30th, I'm not quite too sure. I personally would rather just have a restart completely. I also don't trust Jordi Cruyff really to be the director of football. I don't know if he has that mind and that ability to negotiate good deals for Barcelona, and having the good agreements with Xavi as well. I'd rather just start fresh, bring in Deco, bring in someone else like Fernando Navarro or Fernando Gato or Antonio Cardona, whatever the case may be, but we'll wait and see. But again, Laporta's plan for the sporting director section of the club is to promote Jordi Cruyff to the director of football and bring in Deco as the sporting director. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to first see, of course, is your thoughts on Messi's return. Do you think it will happen or not? Second, your thoughts in the pivot position. What would you do? Would you go all out for Zubimendi? Would you sign Amrabat and Gundogan? Would you maybe promote underneath, promote the youth? Would you go back Nico for a bit? What are your thoughts, of course, on the departure of Raphinha? Do you think he actually wants to leave or not? And also your thoughts on Jordi Alba's departure and whether or not you think it will materialize. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.